Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Beatrice and today's class is going to be a yin class for people that suffer from headaches or migraines. So it's really a release of the muscles that are involved with that, and also a slowing down, attention to the breath, so we can get into a calmer state of mind, hopefully helping the headache. All you need for this class is a block and a blanket. So the block is going to be used mainly for self-massage, which is going to be great, and the blanket for the final parts of the class. So starting on our back, so if you need to, grab your block, grab your blanket and come practice with me. So when you're ready, coming down to the ground with your block. Bringing the block to begin with to the flat side so we can ground a little bit before we start our self-massage. So bringing the block to the lowest height and bringing the back of your head onto the block. Making sure that we've got the block there. Relaxing the head there. Starting with the knees bent, feet a little bit wider than the hips. And relax the whole body down to the ground. So obviously the chin is going to be a little bit tucked into the chest. Hands can come to the belly so we can really rest into the breath to begin with. So begin by noticing the flow of your breath in and out the nostrils if you can. Otherwise, breathing in and out through the mouth. Begin by closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, soft gaze up to the ceiling. Bring some attention to the upper back. Notice your shoulders, the shoulder blades, the top of your shoulders. The length of your neck. And the muscles in your face, trying to relax the jaw. And trying to relax the forehead. The muscles around the eyes relax. And then from here, start to bring the block up to the second height. And this edge of the block, the edges towards you, goes right under the occiput, just this area of the neck, right under the base of your skull, where the muscles that are called suboccipitals are, that are connected with headaches. So bringing the head down on the block, and rather than pressing your head on the block, just letting the head be heavy, giving in to gravity. And see how that feels. Just on the edge of that block. If you feel comfortable, you may want to gently wave the head from side to side, feeling into both sides. And see if one side feels a little bit more tender than the other. Usually feels quite nice to just roll the head and give yourself a little bit of a self-massage. Relax the jaw as much as you can as you do this. Relax the forehead. If you feel a spot that feels a little bit more tender than another spot, and hold there for a couple of breaths. Always try not to press, try not to go hard on the spots. It's not a no pain, no gain situation. It's more of a resting into the spot. You can move away from that one that you found, and maybe you find a different area. And then coming through center, releasing the block off out of the head and rolling onto your left side to come up to seated. So giving a little bit of attention to the neck, releasing all muscles around the neck. So you can use the block to sit on to get yourself a little bit more of a straight spine. And rest onto your sitting bones, trying to be as heavy as you can through both sitting bones. Relax the shoulders down, bring the hands down to your knees. Start by bringing the right ear down to the right shoulder, beginning by having the nose pointing forward. See how this feels. Holding here for a minute, maybe lengthening that left arm out to the side, maybe bringing the right hand to the left side of your face and bring a little bit more space between the shoulder and the ear. On your exhale, start to look down under your right armpit. You can bring the hand to the back of your head. Always checking in with your jaw. On your exhale, drop the chin down to the chest, release that right arm, moving through to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder, give yourself a little bit of time to release this side which is stretched. Maybe you want to bring a little bit of a weight from side to side first. And bring yourself back to stillness, starting with the nose pointing forward. Maybe lengthening the right arm out. Maybe left hand comes to the side of your head. And always try not to press the head down, but bring in space between the ear and the shoulder. noticing differences between sides. And as we keep ourselves up into this seated position, trying to soften all the body, the whole rest of your body down, the hips, the knees, the legs, the muscles in your face. On your exhale, start to look under your left armpit. Maybe bring the hand to the back of your head. Starting to release the left hand off the head and dropping the chin down into the chest and coming out of posture as mindfully as you stay and go into posture. So starting to wave the head from side to side, you can bring the hands back to the knees, noticing if it feels any different now. The neck, if there is any release. And maybe brings it all the way up into the head, into your temples. Before we move into the next postures, come up to a straight spine and bring the hands, just giving yourself a tiny self-massage to the temples. So bringing your fingertips up to the temples and just pressing up towards the head, towards the top of the head. Coming down and up. And moving in through different spots, noticing if one side feels different than the other. You can use your thumbs as well. And release it down, and from here we're going down onto our front. You might want to take the block with you for this one. You might not need it, but then you can support your neck with it. So see how you feel. Bring it up to the top of your mat with you and come up here onto all your hands and knees and down to your front. So using this to release the tissue of the trapezius muscle, especially the upper trapezius. So crossing the hands, the arms, one on top of the other. So the left hand is towards you, left arm is towards you, right arm is on top. Coming here and relaxing down towards the mat, letting the head be heavy. And you might want to stay here if this is good for you, if you don't feel like you're holding your head up, if that's comfortable, stay. Otherwise, grab your block, bring it under the forehead, and relax the head onto the block. Any height that feels good for you. It might be quite intense at the back of your shoulders. So see how you're feeling. Take your time to adjust because we're going to be here for about 3 minutes. Try to relax the face, jaw, forehead. You can also look to one side, but remember that if you do, then even it out by looking to the other side as well. You might feel that after a while something releases, you might relax a bit deeper, go a little bit deeper. Let your body do whatever it wants to do. Once you're ready, start to press onto your elbows to lift off this cross. See how you're feeling on this side. And then starting to move to the other side. So this time, right arm is underneath, left arm is on top. Maybe this side feels completely different and you want to remove the block. Oh, you're still coming on to the block. And again, the block can be at any height. It doesn't have to be at the second height, it can be higher. And the first height can be higher. Trying to find a place of stillness and relaxation as much as you can. Just about 1 more minute here. Slowly starting to come out of this side as well, this cross. So bring yourself up onto the forearms. And then release it down just for a little while before we move on to our back. So you can bring the forehead onto the forearms. This might have been quite intense for some of you, and that's completely normal. I hope you've taken it to your edge. So just about somewhere that was comfortable but not too comfortable. It's a little bit of challenge, but if you were in pain, please try not to be. Try to use your props to bring yourself to a space of sensation but not pain. So you could have maybe, if you try it again and it felt really, really challenging, you can bring that block under your forehead. Really do. Don't be afraid of using props. Start to bring yourself up onto your hands and knees, and we can set up for Shavasana, which is going to be a little bit different. We can bring a little bit of openness onto the chest and the shoulders. So that's where we need our blanket. So bringing the blanket open out slightly. Trying to wrap it up as if it was almost a bolster, but a little bit lower. So either open it all out or have it folded in two. And then roll it up. And this is going to come right under the shoulder blades. So bring it at the back of your mat. You can come back to bent knees, what's called constructive rest. And bring that blanket right under the shoulder blades. Open up the chest, relax the arms back. So either staying here with the legs or straightening them down, your choice, depending on your lower back. If you have a little bit of tension, bend the knees. And with the head, notice how you're feeling. If you feel that you're opening the throat super wide up to the sky, maybe bring a pillow or a block under the head, under the base of the head. And try to feel into where the prop is. Maybe you need it a little bit lower, maybe you feel they're not high enough. Fix it as you go. As you come back to stillness, begin to notice how you're feeling. you need a lot more, you can always use a bolster and bring a block under the base of the head, under the back of your head. And by all means, stay here for as long as you need to. If you want to, you can come down to Shavasana and remove the blanket or the bolster and the block if you're doing that. But stay here for a little bit longer. And then either come down, come out, or come to a classic Shavasana, just completely on the ground. So if you're ready to go, I hope this practice, even if it was short, I hope it was an effective one and that it helped your headaches or migraines in any way, maybe just taking your mind off it for a while if possible. And when you're ready to bring it to a close, you can roll onto your left side and come out. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it helped you in some way. Thank you very much for practicing with me.